There's this myth that the rugged individualist should be the idol of our age, that a pair of bootstraps and self-determination are all a person needs. But there's another way to view the world. As John Donne said, no man is an island, and I believe we're meant to be connected. This series is my attempt to showcase the people I know and love who are building communities with creativity and passion. People from around the country who are working on building a stronger bond between people. I want to show that we don't arrive at the beloved community through grand actions or sweeping legislation, but through the daily commitment to positive action by the people around us. So I'm sitting there in this room with about 40 other people who, like me, have just moved up to New Hampshire to do a year of service with a program called City Year. And we don't know much about it, but this first month of training is going to help us get ready for the next 10 months of our lives. There are trainings on how to work with students or how to organize service projects or what the culture is like at this organization or what it means to be a part of national service. But as you can imagine, a month-long training session can be pretty draining. So every once in a while, we need someone to come in and rejuvenate the room. And the most joyful burst of energy that was a part of that group was Allie Holmes. And Allie and I ended up having a lot in common, more than I anticipated. The year before, she had served at the school I was at, Seabrook Middle School, and would come back every week or so to see her students, but her day job was work in the office as part of the resource development team. And she was responsible for leading us through fundraising efforts and the visitor program, which involved bringing in people from like prospective donors and others to the schools we were serving in to show them the work that we were doing. Fundraising is a tough thing. If it's not something you're excited about, you may be hesitant to get involved. But Allie knew that and wanted us to get excited about it, so she threw herself up on the stage and made it exciting by doing song parodies and dances and made it joyful, which was as someone who loved Weird Al as much as I do, I loved it, but it was just fun for everybody. And it was something I kept in mind for when I rose to her position the next year, leading sessions and writing song parodies. But that, my second year, I got to work underneath Allie, who came on as a staff member in the resource development team. And that's when I got to see the other side of Allie, this tenacious, driven idealist who was interested in creating new initiatives, exciting things for us to show off our work and to get people excited and invested. And it was a real honor to work with and learn from Allie. And I think that there's this risk that comes with making people laugh and smile a lot because they might think that you're just there to amuse them, that there's nothing behind that. But if you spend 10 minutes with Allie Holmes behind her desk, you'll learn what every core member and every donor has known, that Allie has a passion and drive to make this a better nation and world for all of us. And she does it with a joy that makes you want to come along. So I'm really excited for this episode, and I hope you enjoy it and get to learn a little bit about Allie and how she has been inspired to create a community of people who are idealistic, driven, and above all, joyful.
So I grew up in Chelmsford, Massachusetts on 14 Northview Avenue. And my neighborhood was pretty interesting because I grew up on this little cul-de-sac, literally a half mile through town forest. So you had to go through like Westford and then through this town forest and then up the hill in order to get to where our houses actually were. And there were only 13 houses in our little neighborhood and only a few kids. Most of them were older than me, but you know, it was just a fun little group of people. We played, you know, cops and robbers. I always remember being chased around. Or I would be like the one stuck at the end and it'd be like, help me! And they'd be like, Allie needs help. Like, oh, we have to go help her. And we'd like put on plays and stuff for our parents and stuff, you know, during the summer. I don't know if that's relevant, but that was just kind of like the fun environment that I grew up in. And I'm an only child, so, you know, I didn't really have siblings or know what that was supposed to be like, so a lot of the kids in our neighborhood ended up filling that role for me and being babysitters and just hanging out and helping me understand, you know, what I should be doing as a kid and what what that looks like. My parents are also divorced, so which is great because I, you know, had a great relationship with both of them, and both of them got along really well with each other, which I think helped make my childhood even more awesome. But my mom is a principal, and she worked in Somerville, Massachusetts, which is about 45 minutes away, so I was always dropped off at daycare. I was always like the first one there, which was great because I got to hang out with whoever the daycare provider was taking care of me. But that was a neat environment and way for me to like get to know other kids. So I feel like I wasn't like your typical only child, you know. I had a lot of opportunity to interact with other kids and, you know, have those sort of built-in friends that you mentioned. Yeah. I guess it's another point sort of about being an only child is growing up, I always thought it was like awesome being an only child because when you're young, you know, you always hear about people not getting along with their siblings or, you know, getting beat up all the time or, you know, like he's so mean to me all the time. Oh, and I'm like, yes, I don't have to deal with that. That's awesome. But I think it's now that I've like grown up and now that people are actually like friends with their siblings that I get a little bit jealous of, you know, that relationship. And, you know, I think I have that in other ways, like with my mom because we were really close because it was just the two of us growing up. But it's funny how that sort of relationship with being an only child has evolved throughout the years. I always loved school. I always did pretty well in school, and I think throughout my education I made a lot of friends sort of in a lot of different groups of people. Like I always had my one or two really close friends, but then I had a lot of acquaintances, I guess. And I was never really afraid to be the person to like reach out to that kid who was having a difficult time like getting along. Like I remember in 4th grade, there was this kid, Jared, in our class, and it was a tricky year because we had a new teacher, and she was absolutely amazing. There were only 7 girls in our class, and so every time you had to pair up, it was like, oh no, one of the girls had to pair up with a boy, and I was like, ooh. And I remember often, because I didn't really mind being that person, and so often I got paired with this kid Jared in our class, and he like struggled a little bit socially, and this one day I like gave him a Goof Troop poster, and I think he like had died and gone to heaven. He was like the happiest kid, and my mom always just reminds me of that, and you know, it's always important to reach out to people and, you know, make them feel a part of something even if, you know, it's difficult for them. Miss Grisello, I remember in 3rd grade, she let us play Scrabble, which is brilliant because you're, you know, spelling new words, you're doing math, like you're doing all these things. We were like, we're playing a game, this is the best, you know? So I always thought she was really cool. She was very strict and sort of by the book, but she did that one thing and we were all like, this is the best teacher ever. But I think it was, you know, making learning fun, which I'm all about. And so I thought that was a brilliant thing that she did. And then Miss Sidman, my 4th grade teacher, she was new. It was her first year teaching, and she set the highest expectations ever for our class. We had book report due like every other week, and it had to be a different project, and she had this like whole long list of things that we could do, but it was the hardest that I had ever worked in school, and I was like, you know, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, but she, you know, believed in us and set those high expectations, and, you know, we totally blew them out of the park and did a lot of things that, you know, we didn't think that we could do, and so I think that was a cool year and a cool thing to understand, as a 10-year-old. I know that high school, my calculus teacher, Mr. Pasquale, he is the person who's inspired me to want to become a teacher sort of later in life. He was just so interesting. He actually looks a lot like you, Paul, which is weird. But he started every single class with, opening it up to the entire class, is there any questions, comments, observations, anything at all that you'd like to talk about? And you could ask this guy anything, and he would have something to say about it. So he's a really interesting man, and sort of really inspired me to, sort of in addition to asking those questions, he would also have like a word of the day. This is math class. He'd have like a word of the day, and he'd explain what it meant to us, and then he'd also usually have like a relevant article to what we were studying in math. So he just made everything, and he always tied it all together and made it, relevant to what we were studying in class. And so he inspired me to, become a teacher, and I think, I think the best teachers that I've had like all this worldly knowledge or an experience that they can bring back to the classroom and help translate what you're learning to that. So I guess what I was hoping to do in sort of the next years in my life as I graduate from college is just like kind of gaining that, knowledge and experience so that you can, go back to the classroom and translate that to the kids and help them understand what else is out there and how what they're learning applies to that. I was on the field hockey team until my junior year, and I was on the softball team, and I was on the student council, and I was on the yearbook staff, and I always had a job mostly throughout high school as well. I worked at the video store in the town next door. That was an experience. And then I also worked at a photography studio that took all the pictures for the yearbook, so we had that nice connection. Yeah, so I dabbled in a lot of different things. I had a really great campaign for my class secretary role that I didn't end up winning, but
What was that like?
it was interesting. So it kind of ties into this making things fun and relevant. So I just tried to put myself out there as much as possible and make sure that people noticed my campaign. So I had posters that were Holmes alone for secretary, and I was the movie, and we had Home Sweet Homes for secretary. There's no secretary like Holmes. I had this whole Sherlock video that I put out there. I had buttons that said don't dilly dally, vote for Allie. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. But I didn't win. Field hockey was great. I think being a part of a team is the best way to transition into a new environment. I think joining the field hockey team was an amazing way to make new friends, because in our high school we had 2 middle schools that were joining together, so I didn't know a lot of people from the other middle school, but half our team was from each of the middle schools, so it was a great way to meet new people and kind of be in a forced social situation. So I think it was really great for that, regardless of how good I was. I was on the freshman field hockey team. I wasn't that great at it, but it was fun, and it was exercise, and you get to know new people, and so I think it was really great for that aspect. And sort of then again in college, I did something similar, joining the crew team, and it was same thing. I got to college and I was I know 0 people, this is kind of scary. And so I was okay, what are we gonna do, to fix that? Go to the activities fair, learn about all the different stuff, and I found a lot of different activities to partake in, and then crew ended up being one that I did my freshman year, and I quit after that, but that the sort of core group of my friends were built through that experience and moving in throughout college. So it's fun. But I don't know, I guess in terms of the field hockey, it was a freshman team, we weren't that great, but it was fun, and we all got to know each other, and it was also something to do after school. I'm one of those people who just always needs something to do, so it was just school, field hockey, homework, bed, The next 2 years, I was on the JV team, and so you get to know some of the upperclassmen that way too, and you kind of develop a little social circle. And then the yearbook team was kind of similar. It was neat because my junior year I was the assistant editor-in-chief, and then my senior year I became the editor-in-chief, so it was neat to, I actually went to yearbook camp twice. Fun fact. So it was neat to sort of work under the editor-in-chief my junior year and sort of learn from her and understand how to, best run things, and then my senior year I could kind of take it on and lead that team to the best of my ability. And I'm actually not sure how I even came across it. I think maybe I just decided that I wanted to join the yearbook staff, and that kind of happened. I think I had an interview and came into that role. But it is a really, it was an unbelievable leadership opportunity to get to put together this book that becomes, so, I don't know, I guess to me it's a really big deal. And throughout middle school, I always remember looking back at my mom's yearbooks and seeing all the things that were written in there and all the memories and everything all packaged into this one book that you'll probably have. She's in her 60s now. It's crazy. So to have the opportunity to put together all those memories and make that for other folks to take on and carry with them is pretty cool. I basically had the option of going to UMass Amherst, where a lot of the kids from Chelmsford would go, or to go to Colby, and I was I wanted to be a big fish, little pond, rather than, little fish, big pond. So I was really looking forward to that opportunity, and then I got there, and it was, really scary, like I said, just not knowing anyone or, figuring out what this next step is because it was a lot less, sheltered than high school had been. It was, you kind of knew what to expect all growing up, these are the different patterns that school is going to present, and then all of a sudden you're in this environment and you don't know anybody and you have all this independence and you're like, what am I going to do? We have a freshman fall semester option for incoming freshmen to study abroad in either Spain or France. And so one of the girls on the trip ended up coming back to Colby in January, and she was put in a single in this dorm, and so it's horrible not being at school and then being put in a single, and she's a very social person, so she had asked for a roommate and I was looking for a roommate, and we ended up getting roomed together, and she's my best friend of all time, so it all worked out and it was fine. And sort of moving on from there, Joanna and I just had a blast and had a wonderful relationship and kind of proceeded on with our college experience. So she was a huge part of Colby for me. We were roommates freshman year and then sophomore year, and then we both studied abroad junior year, and then we were back together senior year. So, and we're absolutely complete 100% opposites from each other, which I think is the best. People are you don't make any sense together. But I think that's what makes it work. So, but then I guess also in college is when I started to learn about service and community, and so two of the major things that I did early on in college were volunteer at the homeless shelter in town and participate in the Colby Cares About Kids program. So the homeless shelter was awesome, and I ended up volunteering with this girl who's on the crew team with me. And I just thought I really wanted to be a part of something inside the Waterville community, because Colby's in this town called Waterville. It's pretty, I don't know, it's just a little drab. I don't know. It's a great town. It's a great town. I shouldn't call it drab. It's a great little town, but the college is separated and it's up on a hill and separated from the town. So there's just so many, there's just so much misunderstanding between the school and the town, and so I really wanted to commit to something during my time at Colby that forced me to get to know more of the people within the town and sort of help build that understanding. So starting freshman year, we volunteered at this homeless shelter at 6 a.m. on Friday mornings. And it was a blast. I met so many really, really interesting, cool people. I learned a lot of really crazy things. But we volunteered there and we cooked breakfast for everybody. And then there was just an hour of time just to talk with the guests who were staying there and, learn about their stories and, teach them a little bit about what we're doing at Colby. And I think that really helped them understand, that we're not these like uppity college kids who, only stay on this hill and don't really try to do anything within the community. So that was really neat, and I continued that through my senior year. In my senior year, I ran the program of volunteers who worked there. It was also my first little dabble in fundraising too, because we did an empty bowls fundraiser for the shelter, where we got donated bowls from the Colby Pottery Club and soup from Colby Cafeteria, and we sold the bowls for like $20, and you could come and get soup to fill your bowl. And then we had some live entertainment and stuff going on in the background. We raised about, I don't know, $2,000 or something. So it was kind of a cool first, learning what fundraising was all about, sort of leading into my future then at City Year. But, and then the Colby Cares About Kids program was amazing because it brought Colby students into the local schools in Waterville, and we had, a mentor in the school, or a mentee in the schools, and I ended up working with mine all throughout my college career. He was amazing. My favorite story about him was the first day. We were all, I was with a group, there were 6 Colby students and 6 kids who were all in kindergarten. And we hadn't been paired with who specifically our student was going to be, but Miss Shaw, the guidance counselor, brought us all together, and that day we were supposed to sort of decide which kid we thought we could work the best with, and we sat in a circle, very similar to City Year. It was great, and we all said our name and something that we liked, and she said, my name's Miss Shaw, and I like animals. And then Trey was next, and he said, my name's Trey, I don't like animals, I like to beat them up. And I was like, I want to be that kid. So Trey and I had a great time together. He hated me at the beginning, hated me. He's like, when am I going to get a new mentor? Can't I work with that person? Oh. The whole first couple of months. And then, by the end of that year, we had our end of year barbecue. And I remember I had to be a little bit late because I had class, and all the kids came onto campus, and we had this whole festival of things. And I was looking around for him, and all of a sudden, out of the corner, he's just bolting towards me, and he gives me this huge hug, and he says, I'm gonna miss you so much. And I don't know, it was a really cool experience to be able to work with him. And he had a lot of issues, and just in school, and figuring out where he belonged. And very, very bright kid, and his mom was awesome. She was a single mom, but she made him give away his toys. She made him go through all of his toys before every Christmas and decide, which ones that he wanted to donate. These were not people who had a lot of means, but he would, have to go through all of his toys before the holidays and donate back, which toys he didn't feel like he played with that often. And I just thought that was such a cool thing, and cool to, inspire in a kid who's so little and is a little bit grumpy about stuff like that. So I hope he's doing well. The one regret I have is I just haven't been able to keep in touch with him, so I just have no idea, how he's doing, but I'm sure he's doing well. And they do a lot now at Colby. They call it burst the bubble, because they compare us to be in a little bubble on our hill, and it's really easy to not go into town because you have all your food and your housing and everything you could possibly want right there on campus. But I think it is important to burst that bubble, I guess. Yeah. I remember going out to lunch with my mom one time, and I had just gotten a haircut, and we passed by one of the guys that I was friends with at the homeless shelter, and he was like, nice haircut, Allie. And my mom was like, how do you know that, man? But I think it's really easy to walk by a guy on the street and be like, who is that guy? He looks a little rough around the edges, but having sat down with him and having a couple conversations, you understand so much more about his background and where he's coming from. It's cool. What was cool about going to a small school is you have a dorm environment, and Colby was all about mixing grade levels and mixing genders, and putting you in an environment that's not exactly like you are. more. So I think one of the cool communities that was there was this dorm I had my sophomore year. We went from one of the largest doubles on campus to one of the smallest doubles on campus. It was really tiny. Like we had to bunk our beds or else there would be like no floor space. So it was fun to learn to live in that environment, but you know, like everyone in the dorm didn't have a lot of space, so I think it created this environment where people, you know, had to be out in the hallways or in the common spaces or keeping your door open, so that, you know, it created more space and community. And I think that was one of the more fun places that I ever lived there. I guess I think it feels like it makes sense, you know, like why, like embrace the diversity of, you know, all the different ages and grades and genders, and not necessarily like putting a label on it, or I think it helped create that fluidity. I mean, there were specialized dorms, but there was like a, you know, environmentally friendly dorm that, you know, didn't use paper towels or something, you know, like in the bathrooms, or, you know, and then there were like chem-free dorms and stuff like that, but I think even those were all like integrated, and I think just create that, you know, differences are what can bring us together. And I think it's like a mentality that I share, so I think that it's important. I liked that a lot more than I would have, I think, being like put on an all-girls floor, like in a freshman dorm, and like I think I would have like had something to say about that. I guess, like, you know, like I want to spread my wings, and I want to, like, why should we have to be here like all by ourselves? It doesn't seem right to confine us to that, you know. Why not put everybody together and see what that looks like? But yeah, I think it did, I don't know, I think it created like a more open and free environment where you could be yourself. One day at school, I was at the cafeteria and there was this table tent, and I saw this like summer program was gonna have, you know, info session that night. So I was like, all right, I'll check that out. And it, you know, they talked about this like wonderful environment. It was an education camp for kids. So kids could take classes during the day, and they'd also do activities, and, you know, it was a bunch of college students who were, you know, leading the whole thing and teaching the courses, and I was like, wow, that sounds awesome. Like, you know, I think I want to be a math teacher. This would be a great experience to try that out and see how it goes. And they were like, interviews tomorrow, and I was like, okay. So I signed up for an interview, and it went off well, and they offered me the job to teach 2 math courses to 4th and 5th grade students, and then also be like a day advisor. So I started putting together lesson plans and figuring that out. One of them I thought was really cool because the title of the class was called It's Elementary, My Dear Watson. So I was like, oh, this is great, I can play out the Sherlock Holmes thing. And then the first day of class, 4th and 5th graders, they were going into 4th and 5th grade, so they just finished 3rd and 4th grade. And I was like, you know, like, do you guys know who said that? Every hand in the class shut up. They were like, Sherlock Holmes. And I was like, do you know what my last name is? And they all raised their hand. They were like, Holmes. And I was like, do you know what that means? Sherlock Holmes is my great-great-grandfather. And this one girl shot her hand up. She's like, that's not possible. He's a fictional character. So I'm like, oh, man. But it was a really neat experience and definitely challenging. I had never really taught in a classroom before. And then the other neat thing is that I was a day advisor, so I had a group of kids who just came to the program during the day and then would go back home. But it was interesting because that camp was half a day program and half residential, and there was, I don't want to say there was like, but there was like a divide, you know, between the kids who would go home and the kids who would stay there, because they were all separated into different groups. And so you know, I really made it an effort to make sure that my kids in my day group, you know, felt really special and like they belonged there and wanted to be there. And we were day group C, we were the caterpillars. And it was funny because a lot of the things that I would do with them, like I always made an effort to debrief with them every day, which is funny because that's something that we do at City Year, even before City Year. And we always did like warm-ups and energizers and stuff during the day to keep them excited and energized while they were there. So the next year, I became a day director, so I ended up supervising a group of day advisors. And then from there I spent 2 years as a day director, and then I spent 2 years as the assistant dean of the day program, and which was really cool because what I helped emphasize was a lot to do with the team around me, but what we really tried to do was, build community within that day program and help them feel, like I said, just as much ownership over the camp experience as the rest of the residential kids did. So we just did like insane things. Like we had day pride parades, we had day pride days. All the groups would dress up in a specific color, or we did a lot with like putting the word day into other words. So we had like a natural disaster day. So we had tornadoes and hurricanes and day quakes and daynamis, and so kids dressed up in different things, and it was really fun. As the assistant dean, we like created the day team, and so we used like Delta as our symbol. So I got to run an assembly at the end of the day, and we'd be like, D's up, and all the kids would like put their deltas in the air, and then we'd literally get them to say, we'd be like, what do we stand for? And they would say, I don't know if you can get this on camera, but they'd be like, honor, justice, levitation, and Explo. It was awesome. So it was just like, I don't know, helping them feel, it was like all about just like creating energy and helping them feel like they were part of something bigger, and then that helped them feel more confident about it, and just snowballed the entire thing. Actually, to get their attention, we would be like, I would go, day team, and they would go, assemble. So it actually got to a point that first year that we kind of like overpowered the residential program, so it was like working opposite. So then the next year we tried to do the best we could to like integrate the both of them, so that everybody felt a part of this one big Explo community rather than the divide between the two. So one of the key things was City Year, moving forward a little bit, one of my favorite PITWs, which stands for Putting Idealism to Work, which are just sort of little nuggets of information that we live by at City Year, is PITW number 78, which is your commitment brings about the commitment of others. And so I think I lived that even before I knew it, and I think it's just really important to be as confident and all in as possible in order to create that buy-in and energy and enthusiasm in others. So I think like running for class secretary, like all in, didn't really work out, but and then like creating as much programming and like songs and dances and theme days and things like that in the day program, and building that community in that way. But I think it starts with you and how you present that and your energy around it, and that helps other people buy into it. So I think the cool thing about Explo too is like it's a mix of kids who have a lot, and then kids who are there on scholarship who don't have a lot of means, and so I think everybody has trouble socially, or but I think at that camp, for both the kids and for the staff members, like you can just be 100% yourself, and that is fine. Like that is the best, so I think that was like the first place where I felt like I could be like 100% myself all the time, and everybody accepted me for that, so that was a cool experience. And I think it's so special that it's that way for the staff as well as for the students, because I don't know, I think that helps the staff members like live it themselves too. But just like dancing around the quad, dressing up in costumes, having a blast, and then you really owning that helps the kids to be like, oh yeah, I can do this, and people aren't going to judge me, people aren't going to laugh at me, they're going to, support me, I remember going to like an education career panel, and there was a girl there from City Year who served in New York. I think they did something not school focused like we are now, but she was doing sort of HIV education, I think, in New York public schools. But she just talked a lot about the City Year culture, and I was like, oh, that totally resonates with me, like, you know, and building community in that way. And so I remember, I think that was my junior year that I first heard about it, and then, you know, was looking for something to do after college that, you know, would kind of be my first step in gaining that, you know, worldly experience that I was looking for in order to ultimately become a math teacher. And then City Year came back on my radar through the AmeriCorps website, and, you know, I had my first couple interviews and learned more and more about, you know, getting to wear a uniform every day. I was like, great, don't have to worry about what I'm gonna wear. You know, I get to do PT and calisthenics and, you know, all these great exercises with the kids and really, you know, inspire and excite them about their own education. And, you know, it just seemed like a no-brainer. I really wanted to be a part of it. And I think it was interesting starting City Year, and, you know, I was a college graduate, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's like college graduates and people just out of high school, and people with some college experience, and just to like be completely honest, you know, I was like, oh, you know, like, what do these high school kids know? And definitely, you know, throughout my year of service, took a nice dose of humble pie. You know, I think I had a lot to learn from everybody who was there, just because of the diversity of experiences and, you know, age and ability and all kinds of things that, you know, I didn't have it all figured out. So I think City Year was the first place where I experienced that much, you know, diversity and understanding of other people. I hadn't really had that really anywhere else, you know, growing up in a pretty much white suburban town, and then going to Colby College, which was probably like 80% white, and then coming to City Year. Explo was cool, like internationally racially mixed, but everybody was a college graduate from like pretty prestigious colleges, and so you kind of like knew what you were gonna get there. But City Year was the first, like, it felt like raw experience with being with a diverse group of people. It was cool. My career was great. I really loved my team. I thought we got along together really nice. It was really interesting working at the Seabrook Middle School and understanding the difficulties that the kids had there, just with like the stigma of being from Seabrook. I think was really interesting to learn more about and then help break down for them, and also just give them different perspective on, you know, what's out there outside of their home community, and then working on a team of people. I think, you know, my best friend ended up being Brianna, who was, you know, she was just out of high school from Minnesota, and she was just the sassiest little thing, and she was like, I don't care, and I was like, I care so much. And so it was just a cool sort of evolution of our relationship throughout the year, and I think we ended up learning a tremendous amount from each other and still keep in touch, which is great. So we also had a really good relationship with the custodians there, who were from Seabrook and could tell us so many stories about their past, and, you know, learning about that, and you're like, oh wow, I can't believe that was happening. But then at the same time, you talk to the students, and they, you know, they would say it themselves, like, you know, we're from Seabrook, we're not as good as the people from Hampton, or, you know, Seabrook kids throw rocks, that was thrown around a lot, or, you know, we can't make circles. I remember being in, you know, the after-school program, and we tried to make a strong circle, and it was like a little bit skewed, and they'd be like, oh, it's Seabrook circle, and I would be like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, you know, Seabrook kids can't make circles. So it's just like so ingrained in their head, which is just baffling to me. And I think, you know, middle school is like a difficult time to understand, you know, where you stand in the world and how important you are, and, you know, what the future could look like for you. So I can, it's difficult to explain to kids that, you know, it doesn't have to be that way, and you can stand up for yourselves and be like, no, that's not who we are. Like, this is actually what I'm all about. I remember running a workshop around MLK Day. Basically, they wrote stereotypes on a piece of paper, and then they wrote about why that stereotype did not apply to them. And that, I think, was a really powerful exercise for them to sort of really think through themselves, this is what people say, but, this is actually how it is, and I can write that down and own it. But we had some really candid conversations with the kids about it, which was neat. Then, I guess, transitioning into my second year at City Year, I really wanted to come back and do more with City Year, and there was an opportunity open as a development project leader, working in our development department to plan core fundraising initiatives and our visitor program. And I got really excited about that because I had kind of felt like I had done what I could do at the school level, and wanted to try something different that gave me an understanding of the inner workings of a nonprofit. And I got to work on a team with our executive directors and development staff who were all amazing people and had a lot of knowledge that I could learn from. And as a core member, it was pretty cool to be at meetings with them and learning from them and hearing their feedback and what they had to say. It was a really great experience. So I applied for that position and I got it, and so I did that. And the major thing that I wanted to focus on my senior core year was there was kind of like a stigma about fundraising and like, it was just kind of like a burden on people and something additional that they had to do on top of all the regular service that they were doing. And I totally get that. So I guess what I tried to do is just make it more relevant and fun and engaging for people, so that they could get excited about it, or at least find a way to get excited about it so that it didn't seem like such a burden. And we were pretty successful. A lot of people created, initiatives around things that, got them going. Like the Hillside team had like a mascot day, and they like brought a hawk to their school, which is their school mascot. Like, how cool is that? I didn't have anything to do with that, but I like supported them and, told them that it was awesome and made them feel good about it. So just like really cool and creative stuff like that came out of the fundraising initiatives, which was awesome and really exciting. And then, the calendar raffle initiative that we ran, and selling calendar raffles to people can be really challenging, but if you frame it in a way that it's a competition, or you're spreading the word about City Year more so even than raising money, but at least telling more people about the work that you're doing, or creating an avenue to do that, creating an avenue to explain more about your work to people, I think is really important and exciting, and who better to do it than our core. So we raised like $20,000 that year, or something close to that. It was pretty good for the core, which was fun. And we always tried to write songs or do dances in front of the core to make them excited about it and have some fun. Make sure they were paying attention, because it's easy on a Friday afternoon at like 4 o'clock to be ready for the weekend, but making it a little bit more exciting is always important. So that was, I think, my major accomplishment that year, as well as the visitor program, just developing that. And we were able to, I think that was one of the first years we brought the visitor program into schools. So I worked closely with DeMond to bring it into the Hillside Middle School as we transitioned into our work in Manchester. So that was kind of a cool thing to be a part of as well. Yeah, so after my senior core year, I transitioned onto our staff team. I guess I felt like there was just like still work to be done, and still things that needed help or could be worked on, and things were already going well, but I think there's always room for improvement. So just doing the best I can to make things better. And it was a really cool time in City Year's history, because the first year I was on staff was the first year we moved our office from Stratham at the Timberland building to Manchester, and really started focusing our work in the elementary schools and making an impact in education, and helping kids stay in school and stay on track. And I think the clarity and the conciseness, I guess, of our mission, I think resonated a lot with me, and I felt like that was something that I could communicate with people and help get them on board and help develop the resources necessary to help it be successful. So yeah, it was just like an exciting time, and I think the people at City Year are some of the best people that I've ever, had the opportunity to work with and be around. And every single day I am like, wow, these people are unbelievable. Like, I have to work my best so that I can, be on par with them. And I think that's a great position and situation to be in, every day, trying 110% to just even keep up with those around you who are doing amazing things. And it's just a fun environment. I really like the people that we're with. It's a very youthful atmosphere, as I'm sure you can imagine. And it's cool to be able to, talk with and work with core members and understand their work on the ground level to help make, me sitting at my desk every day and sending out emails from my computer seem important and relevant. I think City Year does a good job of that, helping bring the whole community together, and understanding our mission and that we're all in it together, and creating understanding about everybody's roles in that. I think there's a quote from Mira, actually, that we've highlighted on the website a couple times, that like City Year is an extraordinary accomplishment for ordinary people. And I just love that because I think it's it's like kind of going back to fourth grade, like we have really high expectations for everybody, and you give people, really big leadership opportunities that you probably wouldn't find elsewhere at your age. And, we provide that structure and support for people in order to be successful at them. And then, you're just an ordinary person, but you're doing all of this really cool stuff that's hopefully shifting education as we know it, and, creating a better place for students to exist in their schools.